So I'm on my way to pick up the Irish girls from the airport. We're getting taken over by Irish. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. It's going to be an Irish household pretty soon. Maybe I'll start speaking Irish.
Bringing the Irish girls over, it's challenging, but something we do through an external company. Get a visa first, get them to fill the paperwork out at their end, which some are good at, some are not, Sarah Rowe. And then we book their flights, bring them out, and then the next step is about relocation and where we house them. Last year, Sarah Rowe stayed with Ruby Schlasser, so she will stay with Rubes again, and Ash has moved in with them also, which is really handy for us. It means most of the stuff, you know, bedding, etc. is all there. It's just about what relocation costs they need, transfers, etc. So one of the issues I had bringing them over, Ash Sheridan was outstanding and did her paperwork as soon as we asked. Sarah Rowe, on the other hand, doesn't seem to check emails. So we got to about 4 days out before her visa was going to expire and she couldn't come. Finally sent her a message, Ruby sent her a message, we got onto her, and her response was, "Oh, I'll get Dad to do it." So Sarah's strong suit is not life admin. Luckily, she's a great athlete.
Or I have been so poor.
Sorry, that's what I got there.
Don't even talk to me about driving. You are literally one of the worst drivers. Don't you?
It is
Have you driven with her?
I have stories of us in Dublin. No,
I've never been so scared in my life as to her driving around Melbourne.
Okay, mark my words now. I will not get a speeding fine this year.
No!
Did I get one? I got numerous.
She'd gone back to Ireland and won't came for
Living
it.
with Ruby has obviously been, how do I explain it? I suppose last year when I moved here, you're very lost. You're in a completely new environment. You don't know anything about anyone. You've a lot to figure out very quickly, and it's such a short season, such a short turnaround, that you need kind of, you know, that bit of support, and to have like more or less a best friend there whenever you needed it was so good. And I suppose Ruby wasn't just my housemate, she was also my best friend last year, so to have her there in the background and giving me information and sitting down here, like many's of nights we would have sat down here in the living room and just went through things and got me to figure out how the game worked.
I think the challenges they face with the new sport is around game plans. More than their skills are okay, they can transfer that. They're good with the ball. It's more about understanding the game plan. The sport is so different to them. Even handballing is a challenge, but understanding, for example, if Sarah Rowe plays on a wing, what her role is on the wing. They're both getting their head around it, but it's a challenge.
Their efficiency as a result. They look much more dangerous. Rowe stood up in the tackle, tries to get it to Lambert. Keeps it alive, brings it back inside and creates a scoring opportunity.
At the start I was like, if I was getting hit, I'd be like, bitch. Like, I'd be like, take it bad. And then I was like, oh. And then after, I think the very first game, I got like tackled really hard by Bull. Just like and that was the best thing that happened to me then, because I was like, I can expect it now. Like, that was the kind of hardest part to get used to. I actually did do tackle. Oh.
Isn't it great? She didn't realise that she'd actually won the free kick for holding the ball there and had pushed forward, but got called back by the umpire.
She didn't realise she won the free kick. It's nice to have another Irish in the house. I think Ash and I have lived together in college for 3 years before now, so we already knew each other and we were best friends in college, so it was nearly almost the perfect situation.
He goes for the high ball into the danger woman in there, which is Sheridan. And they're wrestling for the ball. The defender, I have to say, has done well, but Sheridan has got free and lashes it into the net for yet another goal. That's fantastic full forward play, and almost single-handedly, you have to say that the girl from Mullahoran has turned this game around, and she could well have put Cavan into the semi-finals, 4-13 to 4-6.
When I got to see more of the Irish girls going out to play AFLW, I kind of kept a close eye on it. I liked the game, I really enjoyed it. It's obviously a challenge because it's not what I'm used to, and you know, you make mistakes and you have to try not to dwell on them, and that's obviously massive because you're so comfortable back home. You've played that game your whole life. Getting used to getting hit and getting tackled, once you kind of get one tackle on you, you kind of understand, and then it's obviously then putting the tackle back on someone, you know, you can't go in with that fear factor. Gaelic isn't like that at all at home, you know, you can't, it's a non-contact sport basically, so like the more game scenarios and stuff you play, the easier it comes, and it's been a few weeks now, so I actually feel quite comfortable now, yeah. So I suppose it took me about 2 or 3 weeks till I got to kind of know the girls, and they got to know me and understand exactly what I was like. But now that I'm completely settled in, like, I think they're probably kind of like, what's this one at? Because, you know, I'd be doing stuff and they're like, oh my God, the Irish aren't well in the head. Especially with Ruby and Sarah just living together and stuff, we have a good laugh. I think people would be looking at us being like, yeah, they're Egypts basically.
Like a Sunday morning.
I'm just stuffing my face in the background. Just cooking up a storm.
I might be hungry, but no, don't worry about it. I'll just have my
I want to go to Coles today, and I drove to Coles, and
I
you said
know.
you had to clean your room, and you didn't clean your room.
No, well, I'm busy. I'm busy showering and getting ready.
For the cameras.
So, yeah.
It's so hard being the only good one in this house.
I can be jogging around like
Everyone knows I'm the role model.
Oh, listen to it.
So it's a massive effort for these girls to come over, learn an entirely new sport, leave their homes, leave what they know, to come out here for 5 months. It's a great effort. I think they like coming in summer though. Just have a look at Sarah Rose Tan and, you know, everyone's happy. Yeah, so we chose to bring the Irish girls over. They've got a great skill set. Their Gaelic footy crosses over into our game, as we can see in the international rules in the men's. So they've both got great endurance athletes and both fast athletes as well, and their skills hand to foot are amazing. So they've been, both of them, easily transferable to our game.
Coming back, I've noticed a big change in the environment, in the girls, in the team and everything, and with Steve and such a new background team, it's been a lot of change, but it's been a really good change and the standards have risen a lot. He expects a lot of all his players and he wants it to be player driven, and we're slowly but surely working on that, and I think we'll be in a good place.
Growing up, you know, you've always wanted to be the best you can be and push yourself to the best potential, and yeah, so now that I'm out here, I'm just like, yeah, this is for me. But I don't want to think too far ahead. I just want to concentrate on the next day and the next game, the next training, and yeah, just be the best I can be, really.